So you've done it. You spend all those years with your head in the books, and now you have that law degree in hand. But what happens next? Today, we're going to talk about that huge gap between what you learn in law school and what it's actually like to practice law in India. We'll walk through the whole journey, from day one to the courtroom, uncover some truths people don't often talk about, and give you a real blueprint for success. And this quote right here, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's a feeling so many new law graduates have. You've got all this knowledge, but you don't have the map. Well, think of this as your map. We're here to give you that inside look at what you can really expect. All right, first things first, before you can even start dreaming about what kind of lawyer you want to be, there's a set path you absolutely have to follow. And look, these aren't just suggestions. These are the non-negotiable steps that officially take you from law student to practicing advocate. Okay, so let's break it down. The journey's got 4 clear steps. Step 1, obviously, you finish your LLB degree. Next, you have to enroll with your state bar council. Then comes the big one. You've got to clear the All India Bar Examination, the AIBE. Once you pass that, you get your certificate of practice. And that piece of paper, that's what officially gives you the right to stand up in court and represent someone. Right, so you might think getting that certificate is the finish line, but nope. It's actually the starting gun. Seriously, everything you've done up to this point was just the warm-up. Your real education in law starts the second you step into the professional world. So now you're officially qualified, and you're facing one of the biggest questions of your entire career. Where do you go from here? The legal world isn't just one thing. It's this huge universe of different paths, and each one has its own set of challenges and, of course, rewards. Let's look at the 4 main routes you can take. And as you can see, your options are pretty diverse. You've got litigation, that's the classic courtroom battle you probably think of. Then there's corporate law, which throws you into the world of big business, contracts, and mergers. You could also serve the public as a government lawyer, or you could go a totally different way into things like academia, journalism, or even policymaking. Knowing the difference is so important because each path requires a totally different mindset and skill set. Okay, so you've picked your lane. What does an actual day look like? You know, you can forget the dramatic movie scenes for a minute. The reality of being a lawyer is a mix of super intense brain work and just relentless hard graft. It's a grind. Now, what's fascinating here is just how much you're juggling. Your day is this constant back and forth between drafting incredibly precise legal documents, showing up in court, meeting with clients, and then spending hours, and I mean hours, buried in research. And yes, let's be real about the long working hours, especially when you're starting out. This is not a 9-to-5 job, not by a long shot. It's a lifestyle. This is maybe the most critical reality check for anyone who wants to be a lawyer. Your first few years are basically an apprenticeship. You are building everything from the ground up, your skills, your knowledge, your reputation. And that investment in learning, well, it comes long before the big paychecks do. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the tough stuff, especially the money. This is the part that people don't always like to talk about, but it's something you absolutely have to know to be prepared for what's ahead. Yeah, that number can be a bit of a shock, but it is the reality for a lot of junior litigators when they first start out. A monthly income somewhere in that range is pretty common. It just goes to show you those first years are all about surviving and soaking up experience, not getting rich. But, and this is a big but, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. This timeline kind of lays out the path. Those first 1 to 2 years, that's your boot camp. Experience is your real paycheck. But then, somewhere around years 3 to 5, you hit a turning point. Things start to click. Your skills get sharper, your network gets bigger, and that financial stability starts to feel real. The long-term payoff for all that early patience is a career that has real substance and impact. Okay, so knowing the challenges is one thing, but knowing how to beat them is what really matters. So how do you actually get through those tough early years and set yourself up for success in the long run? Well, here is your blueprint. Think of these as the 5 pillars for a rock-solid foundation. First, get practical experience. Start interning as early as you can. Second, master the craft. Focus on the skills you'll actually use every single day, like drafting. Third, be a sponge. Go watch court proceedings like it's your job, because, well, soon it will be. Fourth is knowledge. Constantly read judgments and bear acts. And finally, number 5, be strategic. Choose your path because you're genuinely interested in it, not just because it looks glamorous. So after all of this, the tough exams, the crazy long hours, the tight finances at the start, you might be wondering, why on earth would anyone do it? You do it for this reason right here. The job is demanding, no doubt about it, but it also gives you this rare chance to have a powerful, respected, and truly meaningful impact on people's lives and on society. It's a career that rewards hard work and integrity like almost nothing else. So we've laid it all out, the path, the pitfalls, and the plan to succeed. The blueprint is officially in your hands now. The only real question left is, are you ready to pick up the tools and start building?